Welcome back to another episode of The Real Deal. Coming at you talking about Charlie Kirk again. Because of all the things going on around you. You'll see different videos. You'll get different information. The mainstream media will tell you the same thing over and over again. Not much is being said that's different. This guy, he was murdered on the 10th. And on the 12th, they caught the killer. And, 9 days... you don't hear much about him. Just that he's a 22-year-old punk kid with a supposed trans girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. They try to turn that all around and stuff. And everybody's posting stuff on social media. Everybody's putting stuff out there and people read it. People see the videos and they believe it. And it looks good. Some of it does. But right away, within the first hours of his assassination, the real videos were out there, and people started getting overwhelmed with all these fake videos saying, well, this is a false flag. Look, his ring's on the wrong finger. No, that's AI. Somebody made that video. And a lot of people don't know much about artificial intelligence, but it's nothing new. It's just really improved a lot over the years. It's been around since, it's almost 70 years it's been around. And these companies have been working on it, trying to improve it, because if they have artificial intelligence, well, it will overwhelm you with most people's natural stupidity. And that's exactly what's happening. It's taken over. And people don't know the difference. I'll see a video and I'm like, why does she have 3 hands? But everybody's commenting on it, believing it, saying, look at her, look what she did. It's like, dude, look, it's not real. You see it every day because what they're intending to do is give you false information to control how you're thinking today, how you're going to think tomorrow, and they're going to show you what happened in the past through the false information of artificial intelligence today. I've seen it. I actually, back in the day, I used to work for computer industry, and we wrote codes and we did all kinds of stuff, and there were codes out there that we had to work on for stuff kind of like this. And that was a long time ago. And it was kind of creepy. I mean, we had to do it or get fired or quit. But, it was just a mess because most of us were like, this isn't right. This isn't right because what they're going to be doing in the future is brainwashing people. Showing lies. I'm not into lies. I don't like lies. I don't like hatred. My biggest pet peeve pretty much is hypocrisy. And there's a lot of that going on in the world right now. So all these people are posting these videos, and most of it's artificial intelligence people. You have to see through the BS. I know it's not easy. They don't want it to be easy, people. They want this. And it's like George Orwell said in 1984, he who controls the present controls the past. Not only are they rewriting the history books and putting things out on Wikipedia, Fakepedia I call it, they're putting stuff out there. It's the new encyclopedia, and everybody believes everything on there is true. Just like they would go and read an encyclopedia back in the day, and they'd say, well, it's true, it's in the encyclopedia. But then you could go talk directly to the person, and they would sit there and go, that's not true, that never happened. Here's some pictures, here's proof, here's this. But it's easier to believe what's in a book or what's online nowadays because that's the easiest thing to see and do. And people don't research things because, that would probably take some time, 2-3 minutes. And, their time is precious. They've got more rumors to talk about, more lies to spread. It's easier that way. It's easy to be a puppet nowadays. It's hard to think for yourself. And if you do tell the truth and think for yourself, well, look what happens. There's been a lot of people throughout history told the truth, spoke up, stood up for people's rights, and where are they now? So Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and I'll keep saying that. He was murdered in cold blood. And right away I saw the original video, and you can't find that anymore. I saw different angles, but now everything you see is not real. And they're trying to show, well, this guy was in on it. This guy here was rubbing his nose. Well, that guy there was rubbing his nose because there's a lot of bugs at that university. There's a lot of bugs in that area. There's a lot of woods nearby. I mean, not everybody's scratching their nose is CIA or FBI or setting this guy up. And within an hour of Charlie Kirk's murder, everybody was online posting that the Jews did it. It was a hit by Mossad. They didn't like him. He was going against them. He was saying this or that, the other. You know, if the Jewish Mossad was going to take down somebody, it would not be him. It would not be him because there's many others out there they would love to take out and take down. But they don't do that kind of thing. The CIA, FBI, they're the ones that play that game. But they naturally have to start blaming somebody. They can never blame the psychopath that did it or that supposedly did it. But let's blame the Jews. They did everything, right? They killed Kennedy. Did you know that? They killed Kennedy because he wouldn't give them nuclear weapons, even though Israel got their own nuclear weapons, you know, with enriched uranium that they created with their own money. And that was about 1968-69 when that happened. But people will believe these lies. Why? Well, number one, they're easy to believe. Number two, it's easy to blame anybody except your own people. Number three, people are stupid. And they are also racist. You know, if there was a Catholic guy that killed Kennedy and said, I killed him for the Pope, they wouldn't believe it. This punk kid right now that's up there that killed Kirk, I don't know. I'm just suspicious of the whole thing. He shot with a .30-06 from 200 yards away. Now, if you've shot rifles before and shot guns, and I'm a pretty good shot, I'll admit that. I'm a very good shot. That shot, when I saw it, was a perfect shot. One shot from 200 yards away, yes, it can be done. And there are people out there proving it can be done. But these people are marksmen, like me. I've got a lot of experience with guns, so if I pick one up, more than likely I'm going to hit my target. I would never kill a human being unless it's self-defense. And hopefully it never comes down to that. But that shot looked to me like a paid assassin shot. Somebody knew what they were doing. This punk kid, his grandma, now it was his grandpa's .30-06, and it's really old. So old that it doesn't have the markings on it, no serial numbers or nothing, which they started doing that in the late 60s after JFK was assassinated, so they could track guns when they found them. So it's a pretty old gun. But this kid's grandma said they've got the wrong guy. He's never fired a gun in his life. Now, I've seen all the messages. Supposedly, he sent his little girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. I don't know. And I don't even know why being trans is an issue here. You know, what if he had a black woman? Would they make a big thing out of that? Wait, never mind. They probably would. They'd probably turn that around. Say, you know, that's how they are. But anyway, so he wrote his girlfriend, boyfriend. I don't know what to call him, her. Is it a him, her? Is it trans? Is she trans? We don't know. I got no problem with trans. But it has nothing to do with this. So his supposed lover, girlfriend, whatever, he wrote her and said all this, and they turned it in. So that's what we're going on, and that's what we have to believe. Yeah, because that can't be doctored or faked or anything. I mean, who knows? This person could be getting paid off. We don't know. Anyway, his grandma says they got the wrong guy. He used grandpa's gun. We don't even know how old that gun was. Now, in the beginning, there was video of him seen on the roof, or a person on the roof. And since then, I have seen some video, FBI video, and it's real. It's not doctored. And I've seen the video of him running off the roof. And I won't say him, the assassin, because I don't know if it's him or not. But it is a male, you can tell. And he's running across the roof. Now, I saw the pictures of him going up those stairs with a backpack. So obviously the .30-06 was disassembled. So he would have had to get up there and put it together, which only takes a few minutes if you know what you're doing. Did he know what he was doing? According to Grandma, he didn't. I kind of believe old Grandma. Now he's walking across the roof, and they've got him on video. He's got the backpack or the bag, whatever, and that's not a very big bag. He's not holding the gun after he's shot. Where's the gun at? You see him jumping off the roof, dropping the bag to the ground. So did he take the .30-06 apart? And did he put it back in the bag? That's kind of dumb if you're trying to get away real quick. So what he did is he jumps down, and I've seen this video. It's confirmed. It's real. I know people. It's good to know people. That's why you're nice to everybody, because you never know who you're going to meet, people. You're never going to know who you're going to meet. I've met some really good people in this world. Great people. I don't want to say powerful, but they got some high places. And I'm not talking about people that are high on weed. We're talking way up there. And that's cool. I'm not going to give names. I'm not going to give agencies, but they're good friends of mine. And they know me. I know them. They believe in what I say. They'll back me up. Anyway, he jumps down off the roof with that bag. There was no gun. They found the gun in the woods a little while later. You know, he was gone by then. But you can see him running. He ran across the road. There's a lot of traffic there. He's running through a parking lot. The road's busy. He stops and has to wait for traffic. He's got no gun in his hand. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it when he went up there? Was it in the bag? Okay, I'll give you that. You assembled it. Now, if you just assassinated somebody, you're not going to sit there, be scared. A 22-year-old, not knowing what he's doing, put that gun back together and stuff? That's not going to happen, people. Why didn't he have it when he jumped off the roof? Where was the gun? Now, here's another thing. I was watching one video, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, didn't anybody question this guy over here? There's a man a little bit north of him, and he's hustling, and he's headed to the woods. Didn't have anything in his hands, but I'm like, why is this guy running? Why is he running? You know, they're far away from the crowd. So when the crowd dispersed, it would have been a while before they got there. It would have been a few minutes. This guy was gone into the woods. Did they find him? Did anybody question him? No. What's up with that? What about those two guys that said that they did it in the beginning and then they said, no, they didn't do it? They didn't stop and think that maybe they were marks? Maybe they were in on it? Maybe they were plants? No. We don't know what really happened, and I don't think we ever will. I think this kid's going to be charged. I think he'll probably get the death sentence, and we'll never know the truth. He says he did it, but then again he says, you know, I'm not pleading guilty. I didn't do it. Well, which is it, dude? Now, earlier I said something about these guys, and they're showing, and these are marksmen, and they're showing they can shoot from 200 yards away like nothing. Right. You can. The 30-06, that can go 400 to 500 yards. But it's a bolt-action rifle. It only holds one bullet. You've got to reload. And that takes a few seconds. It might take 5-10 seconds. But these guys are like, oh, look, I can do this. I can do that. Okay, you can. But you're in a controlled environment. You're shooting at a stationary target. There's no pressure on you. There's no stress. This guy was on a rooftop, crowd of people in front of him, knowing there's probably security cameras everywhere because they're everywhere now for our protection, what they tell us. Yeah, right. Anyway, this guy was up there. There had to be so much stress. You know what I mean? You had to be stressed out of your mind. You had to be shaking. You had to be scared. You got to be nervous as can be. So do you think you're going to hit with the first shot, accurate shot, even with a scope? Do you really think so? You really think he's not shaking? You really think he held that gun nice and steady? Grandma says he's never fired a gun in his life. I believe Grandma. And you've got all this evidence out there, this artificial intelligence evidence coming out to everybody, and it's just brainwashing y'all. It's turning y'all into puppets. You don't know what to believe. That's what they want. They don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to believe the truth. I believe somebody took him down. This kid might have been a part of it. I don't know that. And I don't think we'll ever know what truly happened. And it's sad. It's sad. He should not have died like this. I don't care if you agree with him or not. He's a human being. He's allowed free speech. He's allowed to do what he wants. Now, if he had come to my town and was going on a college campus, I wouldn't have gone out to see him. To me, it wasn't a big deal. It's like, it's not that I didn't like the guy, but I didn't dislike him. I didn't like him. It didn't matter to me. It's like, oh, Charlie Kirk's here? Okay, cool. Just like presidents have come to my city. All right, cool. I'm not going to go beat the crowd to try to get a picture. No big deal to me, you know? But a lot of people liked him. And if you didn't like him, then don't show up for it. Just like if a band comes to town and I don't like him, I don't go see him. I remember back in the day, the KKK would come to the communities, and I would tell everybody, don't go down there and protest because they like that. They get attention. Don't give them any attention. Eventually, they'll go away. And you don't see and hear from them anymore, do you? They're out there still, but not like they used to be because we quit giving them the attention they want. Hey, negative attention is better than any attention. And right now, you're getting all these people out there talking about how Charlie Kirk deserved this and saying all this negative stuff, and I disagree with that. The man lost his wife and kids. I'm sorry, his wife and kids lost him. You know what I meant. I just flip-flopped it. Darned old dyslexia again. But it's horrific what happened to him, and it's sad. And I don't know if the truth will ever come out. I don't know if we'll never know what really happened. But you guys got to stop spreading all these lies about this video or that video, or this guy did it, or this guy was rubbing his hand. Look at that guy with the phone right there recording. Okay, you're telling me you're up front and you see Charlie Kirk and you like him, you're not going to record? And yes, not everybody liked him, but people like to record themselves because they like the attention. They can say, I told Charlie Kirk to F himself. You know, I mean, that's how people are. Not everybody's an assassin. Not everybody was in on this. And like most assassinations, like Martin Luther King, James Earl Ray didn't kill him. We'll never know who actually did it. Tune in January. Listen to me talk about that. Trust me. Tune in November when I go off on the Kennedy assassination. Oswald didn't have anything to do with that. Like he said, I'm just a patsy. Did this guy do it? Did this 22-year-old punk kid do it? Maybe. Did he have help? Oh, yeah. I believe he did. There were a lot of people reported at his apartment before all this happened. Different cars out of state. Little older people in their 40s and stuff. Why is a 22-year-old hanging out with people like that? For real. You know? Who knows? I hope we find out the truth. But until then, keep the memory of Charlie Kirk alive if you want to. And if you don't like him, keep your mouth shut. You know? Don't say negative things because, you know, little kids lost their daddy. And, you know, they'll say, well, he was a millionaire. Nah, not really. He had some money. He didn't have that much, though. Not as much as me. I'm a self-made billionaire. Ask me, I'll tell you. I went to the bank the other day. They kicked me out. I go to court next week. I told them I identified as a billionaire. That's what we do now. It's 2025. I wanted $10 million. They accused me of robbery. That's how it goes, though. That's where we're at in our society. And people identify whatever they want. And this kid identifies as a murderer. And if he did murder him, I hope he pays. He pays dearly. People say eye for an eye makes the whole world go blind. I don't believe that. I believe he should face a firing squad and never know what's coming. Just like Charlie. Charlie was sitting up there talking. Boom, it happened. And if there's other people in on it, I hope they find out who did all this. And I hope those people rot. I hope they rot in their evil ways for the rest of their life. Is that wrong of me? Not at all, because I don't like evil. Never have, never will. Don't do that side of life, man. But I want us to all get along, spread love and happiness the best we can, keep good people's memories in your hearts, and keep the faith alive. Keep the real history alive. If you don't know the real history of what really happened, don't spread lies and rumors like everybody else does. Don't become a gossip. Only tell the truth. They say the truth will set you free, and you're damn right it will. And I believe that strongly. All right, peace and love. The Real Deal out.